Hello, hello. Welcome this afternoon. You've reached a live stream, Fight CPS, with Bob Pace, your host, this afternoon. This is my afternoon live stream. I'm on three times a day, 8 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and 6 o'clock in the evening. And those times I'm giving you are on the west coast of California, Pacific time. It's daylight saving time now, DST, and adjust your time accordingly so that you can be at the right time on the show. Now, I know I have friends that come on the show all the time. We have Lisa from Montana, who's 1 hour ahead of me. We got Texas, who's 2 hours ahead of me on Central Time. Then we got the East Coast, Tennessee and Kentucky and Pennsylvania, New York. They're 3 hours ahead of me. And then we got people like Heather from Scotland and a lady from Leeds, England. You're 8 hours ahead of me. Then Europe, you're 9 hours ahead of me. Africa, you're 9 ahead of me, and so forth around the world. I have over 30 countries I've talked to, and I've talked to all 50 states and over 2,600 some people. And I've been doing this live stream now for 2.5 years. And I'm here to help you 3 times a day of every week, every month of every year. And it is a horrible thing what you're going through with an agency that I find that I fought and still fighting, very corrupt, very, very, very bad. They lied. They hurt me. They unfairly took my children into custody, which is wrong. And in fact, I did fight them. I hired an attorney whose name is here. His name is Vincent Davis. He works for me. And he's my attorney to help got 2 of my 6 children back. 3 of them were taken back in 2015. And it was terrible how it all happened. I have 6 children. I'm a family man. I'm a loving father and a husband, and I care. And I want to help you all with your cases that you may have and give you some direction because there's nobody that helped me when I got involved. And I'm so glad that I'm able to do this. I want to thank Mr. Davis for working with me on fighting CPS. He has been fighting CPS. He is an excellent attorney. He's been doing it now for over close to 40 years. He's well schooled in the background in dependency law, family law, juvenile law. And not only is that, he also has criminal law. He's a trial attorney, and he can do civil law. He can do civil lawsuits. And he is located in LA County, and his office is in Arcadia. And he is available. You can talk to him. His phone number is 888-888-6582. And that's the office. And when you reach in the office, you tell the reception that Bob Pace sent you. And then when you speak to Mr. Davis, tell him that Bob Pace sent you. Now, furthermore, who am I? Well, I've already told you I'm a father and a husband, and I have helped raise 6 children, which today all 6 are doing fine. I'm in touch with 2 of the 6. The other 4, one is in the 40s, 2 are in the 30s, and then 3 are still in their 20s. My youngest is 20, and then the sad part is one of them, my daughter, because of CPS, divorced her mom and dad. There's some glitches that you all go through. All of you have lost something. I know what it is to lose. I know what it is to lose. It's heartbreaking. And my current family has suffered because of it. I have 43 years of marriage experience, and it's been a tough road with my marriage here. And I'm still trying to take care of my family. That is my goal, is how to take care of my family. And I've done that now for 43 years. And I've been through it all. But I'd like to share with you on a positive note that having your faith in God will help you through it, will help you through it. And we all need to examine what is transpiring. Now, a lot of us are come together because of economics. Um, Most of the people that come in here are low income, which is okay. I'm low income too. I one time was very blessed to have my forever home, but I had to quick sell it to get money to fight CPS because it is really hard. It's a hard thing, and I know what you guys are going through. I've been there and I feel there. Now, there's lots of people that are regular people here that come here all the time. I have about 50 to 75 people of the 2,600 that stop in from time to time. All of them have cases. My most recent person is David Halago. He just recently wrapped up a lawsuit using Mr. Davis. And Mr. Davis had won the case, and now he's in the position of getting his daughter being returned to him. It's really hard to lose a daughter. It's really hard. I have three daughters. One I'm not talking since she was 3 years old. And another one was 12 when she divorced mom and dad. And the third one is old and moved out at 25, and that's about the last time I've had any dealings or talkings with her. But my sons keep in touch with the rest of their brothers and sisters. They're good boys. They really do. And through them, I get bits and pieces of their lives. I have grandchildren, and all six of my children are doing really good. Really, really, really good. I still have two left in college, and I want them to succeed and finish, the college education. Families go through a lot, but we need to depend on each other. We need to depend on each other. And, a lot of us are struck down and having hard times. And, but each of you have your own story and each of you has shared. Now, it's real easy in this room here. All you have to do is give me your first name, your city and state, and if you're outside of the United States, it's your city and country. And you can ask comments or questions. You may have a comment that you like to see changed in CPS. You may have a question about how to help your case, like what to do if you're pregnant when they've taken away your children. Things like, what is the safety plan? What is the Indian Child Welfare Act of 1978? These are things that I can explain to you. Or what is a 388 motion, or a 180 hearing, or 160 hearing? How to find an attorney? What are the types of attorneys? What are things you can do so that you don't lose your children? Silly, stupid things that we all do. We all do. Because the agency, the child protection system, is found in every county, in every state, in every city worldwide. Now, I keep mentioning worldwide because I'm open to everybody that has a matter with what I call the child protection system. We'll have a lot of different names in each county, in each state, or in each city, in each country. Some of the names are the Child Protection System, which is found in Orange County, California, or the Department of family and children found in LA County. Our Department of Children's Services found in Prescott, Arizona. The cabinet in Richmond, Kentucky. There's so many places I've talked to from various people from, up in Canada, several of the provinces there. I've talked to the First Nation, which are the Canadian Indians. They're called the First Nation people. Now, the Native American Indians are in the United States. I've talked to a lot of the tribes. And up until 78, well, they're still persecuted, don't get me wrong here. But it's really hard how our first immigrants in the modern era were the Native American Indians who came across the land bridge in Asia 50,000 years ago into Alaska. That's how men and women went around the world. They started in Africa, is where the life started on Earth here, and it started with the Garden of Eden, and from there it branches out throughout the Africa and up into Europe, over into the Middle East. And it's sad that we still have really serious problems in the world. Right now, we're going through a lot. And it's our children that are being hurt that need to be taken care of. Our children are brought in this world innocent, and we as parents have an important role to play to take care of our children. And studies have shown that the best parents are the biological parents. The biological parents. And if there's a hiccup, it can be corrected. It can be corrected because the child protection system should be concentrating on the mother and father, the biological mother and father. But apparently, many of the child protection systems from around the United States and the world prey on low income and people that have special needs, And they take advantage of this because CPS now, today, has found that they can make a lot of money. It's $1 trillion business is how they're doing it. And I know they're being investigated, finally, because we have a government entity called DOGE. That stands for the Department of Government Efficiency. One of the campaign promises that President Trump made is that he clean up our government from wasteful spending and not doing what they're supposed to do. We have issues of people making $100,000 and getting food stamps. There's a lot of abuse going on where people are getting checks that are dead. And they're going to other people, I guess, or they're not working. So what they're doing is they're investigating. It's been a long process. It started with a great businessman who owns SpaceX, and he owns Telstar, and he owns X, which used to be Twitter. He also owns a satellite business. A lot of things. His name is Elon Musk, and he and his group have been exploring different governments and checking them out, like the IRS, like the social services, which houses the child protection system. And he only had a 6-month commitment. That's the longest someone can serve in that branch as a volunteer. So he's moved on. But he did make a lot of inroads, and a lot of people were fighting it because a lot of people were caught in cushions. And you are able to tell me more about your case so I can relate to other cases. Because a lot of people stand behind you and want to help you. They want to stand behind you and help you. Now, my case was terrible. It happened about 2015. And about a little over 5 years since I lost my full-time career, forever job. And I was laid off in 2010 through no fault of my own. Then several years later, I've been trying to get work and so forth. I started being investigated by CPS, and I couldn't understand why, but now I do. A lot means is that I had to quick sell my home in 2017 to help pay my legal bills. And also, lots of factors that were hitting me about getting work. When I got laid off, I thought it'd be really easy to get a job because I've been working continuously from 1964 to 2010. That's a long time. And I learned a lot from my family growing up. I grew up in a naval family. My dad was an officer in the Navy, very well decorated. He fought in World War II, he fought in the Korean War, and he fought in Vietnam. And he had 33 years of service to our country. Anyway, I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I've been sharing that. But working, I find out that if you work, you can buy things, you can do things. That's how, I mean, as I say, I've been working since 15. And when I moved out at 18, I wanted to, the reasons why I did get to work was so I could buy things. So I could buy things. And of course, I'm a dinosaur. And I was pretty much my teenage years were brought up in the 60s. The 60s was really great. The 50s were good too. In about 56, I discovered, well, I had discovered surfing because my dad, when he was a boy, had surfed on boards down the LA River. And he would take the family to the beach and he body surfed the waves and he told me about things. So I went to Hawaii on one of my dad's new commands into the island of Guam. We stopped in Hawaii, and that's where I met the guy that got me going, named Rabbit Kakai, at Queens Beach in Waikiki on Oahu. Then I went to Guam, and I started that life of a surfer. I was one of the first people in Guam to have the surfboard, and then I came to the mainland. I came back to California, met up with a guy named Hobie Alter in Dana Point, who sold my first fiberglass surfboard. And I only bring that a little bit because people want to know my background. And from there, it took off where I started going a lot of surfing. So surfing's always been a part of my life. That's why this show's broadcast. It's 3 blocks from the beach. I live in a city called Surf City, USA, south of Los Angeles. And I was in Orange County. Now, I was attacked by CPS by questions, and they were being reported by lay people. Now, I did not know this. If I'd known this, I would never have exposed. Lay people will lie as well as professional people will. People have a tendency to lie, especially if they want something, and they wanted our children. They wanted our children. And CPS, I guess, when they were contacted, they believe 100% it's true what they're saying. And things that I was hearing was um, we weren't taking care of our children. Now, we were living at the time, I was being contacted by CPS in a 7-digit home, 1 mile to the beach, my forever home, in a private neighborhood with rules. There were CCRs. You can't do anything outlandish. We have a good police system, but some of it's bad. Not all the police system where I live is good in Surf City, USA. I mean, it's been awful sometimes. And a lot of it's with outsiders that come into the city because our city has a lot of things there. Now, I have Jay Gardens, the 15th, who was in yesterday, and it's Elizabeth. So I welcome you back, Elizabeth. I'm so glad that you're writing me, and I'd like to talk to you and help you than sit here and talk and talk and talk and talk. I try to make each show differently, but I'm glad that you're here, Elizabeth. What can I do for you? What comment or question you have. And I forgot where you're located. Let me think now. Elizabeth. Are you from Texas or Arkansas or California? Those are some of the new people. Um, I had someone from Pennsylvania. I don't think it's you. I'm trying to remember. You're very welcome, Elizabeth. Ah, yes, yesterday, towards the tail of my show. You're from Los Angeles, but your case is in Orange County. Now it's starting to come back. What would you like me to say or talk about? What would you like me to say or talk about? Yes, the reunification. Now, if you're in Orange County, that's the same county that my case is in. And I'm afraid to tell you, they're liars. They cheat. They won't keep their word, and you're going to have to work with them. But you need an attorney. I tried to fight them myself. I'm a well-educated man. I have a bachelor's of science, and I have 61 years of life skills. So I've been around, but nothing prepared me for CPS because CPS is one area that they don't talk about in school. It's a life skill that no one talks about. They think it's a bad thing. Now, it's supposed to help out families. It started in the 60s by an act of Congress that told social services they need to create a group of social workers to protect their children from neglect and abuse. Now, in your case in Orange County, what were you charged with, neglect or abuse? Now, I never heard of the regional center, so that may be something new. The regional center. Now, the child protection system in Orange County is called the Child Protection Services, and it has offices in Orange, California. And it sounds like you have a daughter. Now, has that daughter been taken from you? And what allegations have you been charged with? Because in order to do reunification, you have to be charged by CPS. And it starts off, you need to ask them if they take your children, they usually put them in the shelter at Orange. It's a home that is run by social workers or foster care. I think it's just homes. And they're temporarily put there. The sad part is that home is right next door to the Orange County Juvenile Prison. And so you got prisoners, juveniles, that sit there through the fence and talk to the kids that come. There's no protection of those children. On top of that, the facility is dirty. There's cockroaches and rats. The food is terrible. The conditions are terrible. And the people that work it are terrible. It's very difficult. You have to get a special pass to park there. Otherwise, you can't park in the shopping center across the way because then you'll get a ticket there. As you park in the parking structure, there costs money. And after a whole day, it can be a lot of money. See, this is where it's catering to the people that are not low income. So a simple thing as parking can be bad there. Now, what is this regional center? I don't know what this regional center is. Now, there's two offices I found out about CPS. One is where the social workers will interview you and talk to you about your cases and come back and stuff. The other one is what I call the Taj Mahal. It's a green building, looks like the uh, like the Wizard of Oz, where Oz had this very green-looking structure, and it's very gritty and very gaudy. It stands tall. It's near the freeways, right there in Orange, and near Angel Stadium. Near Angel Stadium, there is a facility across the street from Angel Stadium that handles visitations near a fire station. But then again, things may have changed or whatever. So you have this regional center. So let me see what further Elizabeth says. You got incarcerated by something else. So you had a criminal matter. And it sounds like you were put into jail. What was your criminal matter, Elizabeth? And what is a DA reject? I have not heard about that. That sounds terrible, Elizabeth. Are you and the father still together? Are you a partner? Or I mean, are you both married or um why would the police take my phone? I don't know what a DA reject is. And you say you're incarcerated, so that means you're serving time for a criminal matter. What was your criminal matter? This is hard for you, and I know you're at your probably your last resorts here. You're at your last resort, so I want to help you, Elizabeth. Okay, the regional centers for so you have a disability. Well, you just have what's called special needs. You have special needs. And why were you incarcerated? I don't really hear too many times of people being incarcerated that are special needs. So the regional center, is that for you serving your time when you're incarcerated? What is a DJ reject? And you mentioned the words cop. Are you in a prison or is a regional center a prison? Well, the father says you said tried multiple times, left messages, sent texts, but it was a lie. The cops was going through my phone. I'm sorry, I got bounced out of the room here. I'm back. So you're incarcerated, you have a disability, and I guess you're serving time. And supposedly you're allowed to use your phones, but um, is that the prison staff that you're calling the cops, or is that the police that are in Orange County? Is it the sheriffs? Is it the police in a city? I don't know. You mentioned Los Angeles, California. Wow, your case is. What serious crime were you charged with? And does it have anything to relate to your children? And how are you able? I'm not incarcerated. I'm out trying to get housing to get my. Okay, so you said that you're incarcerated. That's why I mentioned that. So you're out. So you've already done your time for a terrible thing. Well, it helps me understand why your daughter's not with you. I mean, you had together, you had a man. I don't know what the relationship with that man is. You guys have a daughter, and apparently, um, you were you were charged with something serious, and you served your time. But then you mentioned something that you don't have enough evidence. So um, I'm trying to understand. I'm back again. Yes, you do need housing. I know you do. It seems like people are being bounced out as well as I am. We're being bounced in and out of the room. I don't know if it's internet something stopping there. Me and her dad are not together, but are supportive and we get along good. Well, that's good to hear. Hello there, Ryan. That's a cute picture. Ryan's name is Sheila. For some reason, Ryan uses another name, and Sheila uses Ryan's name. And they had a terrible case up in Ohio and Michigan, and it was a long, drawn-out affair there. But apparently, their children were taken by CPS, and it's been nothing but an upside-down battle because they were allegedly charged for being sleeping in the parking lot for a couple days at the shopping center, and I guess the police have lied or something there. But anyway, they took away the children because the children can't live in a car in the parking lot. Anyway, Sheila, what do you have to ask me? And I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. Now, I'm glad that the biological mom and dad are still interested in the daughter. And, well, I don't know if the crime had something where the daughter was taken from you. Now, was CPS ever involved? Or is this just you getting out, trying to get back on your feet to get a home and then have a relationship with your daughter? Now, in order to get your daughter back into custody, you're going to have to deal with the Child Protection Services because they have maybe made a custody arrangement with the biological father. So you need to deal with family court and family law. Um, you'll need an attorney. If you can't afford one, one can be appointed, but there's tricks to that. It's not the easiest thing to do. Right now, we're talking with Elizabeth from has a case in Orange. She's from Los Angeles. Um, she's disabled. She has been incarcerated. She's serving some time um, that she's for a crime that I guess either the crime's been lost or whatever. But she was at a regional center trying to reach out to her daughter, and she called the father, and the phone apparently was taken, and people noticed it. And she mentioned police, so I don't know what kind of police that you're dealing with. Um, and she's out on a DA reject. The DA, I don't know what the DA stands for, but supposedly she says um, that it's something where they don't have enough evidence or the crime or something. Anyway, um, she's trying to get housing, which is important. You need a job and housing. You need both things. And this regional center is for people with the disabilities. And so um, that all is good there. So what else can I do for you, Elizabeth? And Ryan, who's actually Sheila from Michigan, what can I do for you? And then there's Lisa. I just talked about you this morning. Is it already afternoon? Yes, it is. I'm in my afternoon show. You're right, Lisa. Welcome. Lisa's from Montana. Very strong, very great woman who has been a part of my show for a long time. And she lives in Montana where it's cold, and she got a new electric heater. She got a wood stove. Her door has been repaired. The police tore it apart, getting in to get her and her boy. She's had a terrible time in life. She once was a foster child herself. And since I'm talking about that, it's so important that with you being a foster child, if you're ever in foster child, when you turn 18, you need to expunge your records so that it's not going to follow you. Because what's happened is a case of Faye in Richmond, Kentucky. She was in and out of foster home. She loved her mother, but her mother was horrible, and she was in and out of foster care, and she was abused, and she was trafficked into the sexual industry. Anyway, she somehow miraculously got her high school degree, got her nursing degree, but the police and CPS kept following her. She had one child and then another child, and then they told her she has to have a decision which child to keep. And she stayed with her son who has special needs and had to let her daughter go. Meanwhile, they gave her children to take care of. So she'd understand, if I'm able to take care of children, why can't I have my daughter? You see, CPS is manipulating, no matter if you're in Richmond, Kentucky, or in Orange County, California. It's tough out there. It's really, really, really hard. And Lisa, somehow, her ex-husband was able to prove in court on a criminal matter. The criminal matter was dropped, but he did his CPS case without her involved. And I don't know how that would happen, because she is the biological mother, but somehow they swept beneath the rug. And now her visitations in December, she has no visitations. She has nothing with her son. Her son now has been awarded to the biological father, who's so lazy that he drops it off with a friend down the street who walks him to school. And he still stalks his wife, his ex-wife. And he raped her, by the way, after they were either separated or something there. So I've been bits and pieces over the last year trying to help her. She needs to get a restraining order because her ex-husband still sits outside and watches her. And so she needs to get him away, 100 yards away. And so I've been told to do a lot of things. Hello, Ryan. Not much. I kind of want to listen. I might chime in here and there. Okay, great, Ryan. It would be nice if you'd tell me your city and your state, or your city and your country. But I think you've been in here before, Ryan. I recognize the name. So we have Lisa and Ryan. Oh, Ryan is Sheila. That's right, from Missouri. I get hard when people use different names. It's so hard. I'm sorry, Sheila. I'm sorry. So we got Lisa and Sheila. And we got Elizabeth. I think those are the three people that we got here. I think we got one more person. I think we got four people that are talking in the room. We have lots of people in the room. We have lots of people in the room. I'm glad we have about 10 people in the room, and that is great. Now, I want to put on my, so you see the messages as they come in, so you can follow along with me and see who's talking about what. Okay? Who's talking about what? So Elizabeth and Sheila and Lisa, I'm so happy that you're here. Elizabeth is a really okay. I was charged for loss of life, but I was only in jail for 3 days. Didn't see an attorney, didn't see a judge, didn't even let me make a phone call when I was in jail. So you're charged with a loss of life. So you killed somebody. Wow, that's terrible. It had nothing to do with your daughter, dealt with somebody else. But because I was being arrested, my daughter got put with CPS because supposedly a family member couldn't get my daughter. But I thought your daughter's with your biological father. That confuses me there, Elizabeth. Should you get your record expunged? Well, if you were in foster care, you should have. You should have got it at the time you're 18. I know you're in your 40s. But it's still not too late. Because I think what's happened, as long as they see that record there, they're not going to give you a fair shake. And that may be one of the reasons why you're swept underneath the rug. That may have been one of the reasons why you're swept underneath the rug. Yes, you were 7 years old. Now tell people that if you're found not guilty, some of you said that later on charges were dropped and stuff. You need to have the record sponged because it's going to follow you, to haunt you. You're an easy prey because they got you and got your children. If you know the laws and you know your constitutional rights and your civil rights, then you will keep your children because children are only supposed to be taken if they're in imminent danger or some harm could come to them. And as I said, the best parents are biological parents, but they may need parenting classes or drug rehab programs or domestic violence. They may need some help from social services. They lost a job or need food stamps or medical. See, that's what's so nice about the child protection system is within social services. So they're able to give you bus passes to ride the bus. They do try to help with the low income. But the problem being is you never know what agency is good or bad until you experience it. Hello, Merced. Um, what is your name and which is city and state? You want me to call you Merced? That's fine. Um, anyway, Merced says, my daughter's going through divorce. So you must be a grandmother. So your daughter's going through divorce. Her son, that'd be your grandson, told school, my daughter hid him now. They open a case with CPS. They want to take the kids. What do we do? Okay. I can suggest what you need to do is first step is to get an attorney. And right there, you're probably looking at dollar signs because attorneys don't do it for free. But to see a key to success in any legal matter is having a responsible, well-educated, well-practiced attorney. Now I have one. His name is Vincent W. Davis. He'd like to help everybody, but he's located in LA County. And his expertise, he has experience in dependency law, which is all about CPS, family law about families, and juvenile law about juveniles. He also has a criminal law background and can do trials. They don't do trials in dependency court with the children. I wish they did. I think all legal matters should have affordability of a trial because I think people that do trials most of the time, their peers judge the thing right. See, when a trial is when you have people in the community that will make a decision of whether you're guilty or not. It isn't one man. Like in CPS, it's the judge that makes the decision. And if the judge is friends of the prosecuting attorneys would represent CPS and are all friends and buddies, you're not going to get a fair share in there because they all want to kick back on the money. It's all about money. $1 trillion is a lot of money. And again, I'm not saying it's all that way. And going through a divorce, that's in family court, and that is terrible. Being in a divorce is not pleasant at all. I've had that experience of divorce. I didn't want it, and I could do nothing else because the state of California, any marriage, either party can ask for a divorce for any reason. Most time is in recyclable differences, and there's nothing you can stop it. And some divorces get mean and nasty. They make up allegations, and the child gets caught in between, and the husband gets accused wrongly or whatever it is. In my divorce, and that was a marriage of 10 years, I did not get accused of wrongdoing to my daughter by CPS. The divorce court, which is the family law court, my wife, who is still loved today, did not want to marriage end, had found an attorney who knew how to get a divorce real easy by making allegations. So there were allegations, there were sexual allegations. That's the most common one that they do. But CPS was never investigated or done on that case, and I don't understand that.
because that was happening about 1995, 94, 92. It was 92, 93, 94. I think it was finalized in 96. I think it was. Same year I met my second wife and her child. Well, whatever you do, if you can't afford an attorney, then you're going to have to do what's called a court-appointed attorney or a public defender, which work for CPS, and a lot of them are corrupt. And some of them, all of them are really overbearing because they'll have 30 cases. They don't have time for your case. And you'll see them in the court halls for 5 minutes. You can't meet with their office because they don't have time for that. So, and they don't have a background in dependency law, family law, juvenile law. You need to have extensive background to fight CPS. They're good because they have all the money in the world, so they can hire the best attorneys. And they have a club going where they're friends with the judge, the social worker. I saw it firsthand in Orange County. It was terrible. Now, maybe I was an isolated case, but I saw a lot of parents in the halls. Some of it was really common. Some of the parents in the halls were not citizens, but they had their children taken away. And they couldn't afford an attorney. In fact, there's only been a few people that I know when they afford an attorney, it's a different story. But when you're accused, you fight it. The first step is where to put your children, if your children are taken. And most times the children should never have been taken because they have to be some harm or danger to be taken. But people give up their children when the social worker asks. And social workers know that. They take advantage that you don't know what's going on. And when you hear a knock at the door, most people open the door and bad things happen. Too many bad things are happening today. People are being shot and killed at the front door. There was a woman in Los Angeles shot 5 times in the face. She's dead. There's a man in Gainesville, Florida, shot 5 times in the chest for a mistaken identity for domestic violence. He's dead. His mother in Alabama is heartbroken. And so they're pursuing a civil lawsuit. The Gainesville sheriff was fired, as well as the Los Angeles County sheriff was fired that killed the woman. You know, it's needless to say. Now, neither one of these cases involved children. I'm just to give an example of what can happen. There's been a grandmother that has been kidnapped or something's happened to her. It's been 2 months now in Arizona. Bad things happen at doors. And you should never answer the door. Now, you should have your door with some type of a camera system, but you don't have one. I understand. It costs money. There's also an eye, a peephole that you look through with your eye. There's also blinds, and if you look the right way. The main thing is you want to give the symbols that no one's at home, so you got to be quiet. This will give you extra time to get an attorney aboard, if you can get one. Lisa says, Mercedes is in the room. Okay, I'm sorry. There's a lot more people coming in here. That's who I'm talking to, Mercedes, yes. She has an open case and what she wants to do. And I was telling her we need to get an attorney to her. And she does not want to talk to social workers. And Mercedes is from where? She was going through divorce. Hi, Mercedes, and I want to help you. Hello, Andrea from Kanoki. Kanakoki is a place, and I should remember it. You've been in here before, the name Kanakoki. Is that Illinois?
or is that Wisconsin? Noki. You got a tornado. Oh, that's terrible. I wish I could help you with tornadoes. It's that Wizard of Oz mentality. I can blow it away. But in a tornado, you need to go in your basement or hide in your bathtub or hide in the closet. It depends on how quick it came and where it's coming because they do not discriminate. They take everybody and they can kill. And it's in parts of the West. So let me see here. Are you from Texas? Kankakee, Texas? Um, uh, Mercedes says her grandson's 8 years old and granddaughter is 6. Okay, so you have 2 grandchildren. And Mercedes is with her daughter who has these children. They open with a case. So what is the allegations that your daughter's being accused of? Um, Mercedes, what is the allegations? I would pray for your tornado, Andrea. Pray does work. There is a God. I believe in a God. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. So, you guys should think about God in your life. Reading the Bible and going to Bible studies in the church will help you with your CPS matter. There are people within the church that will help you. I don't think it'd be too expensive. What you do is you get 3 quotes from attorney. You call up a law attorney and find out if they can expunge matter in your case as a juvenile. You get 3 quotes. Like anything I do in life, I get 3 quotes. I want a new dishwasher, I get 3 quotes. A new trash compactor, or a TV, or a car, or even a lawyer. A lawyer, I still get 3 quotes, but I tell you, they get actually find 5 attorneys, talk to 3 of them, so you can get a quote there, and then you pick one. Then you pick one. So Lisa, I, uh, you know, it's something that can done. What you do is you contact the law office and expunge. I think that would be in a juvenile court because you're a juvenile at 7. But since you're adult, maybe it's family court. Maybe it's in family court. Boy, our world is getting more and more problems, I tell you. I get notification all the time of latest stories developing, so. Hi, Jay Gardens. I understand that you can't talk about the case. I'm out because there was no evidence, so it's not a charge and not a conviction. Well, better get an attorney. Attorney will save your life there, Jay Gardens. And related to children, you want a CPS attorney, trained in dependency law, juvenile law, and family law. Now, her daughter, this is Mercedes, does not do drugs, alcohol. She's a good mom. She's a nurse, and her ex-husband's a police officer. Boy, I wonder if he had something to do with it. Because sometimes they're bad police as well as bad social workers. Yes, I know, Lisa. They did nothing for you, but they helped the biological father with everything. And they also worked with the stepdad, Kelly, who's a relationship. See, for people listening, Lisa had relationships with 2 men. One, her husband, and she has a daughter, I think also, older daughter. And her daughter is talking to her, so maybe your daughter can help you more. And Kelly lives in the neighborhood and is for torture for Lisa to watch the past relationship walk her son to the school bus and she can't see him. That's terrible, Lisa. I know what you're going through. Oh, so the ex-father is trying to get your daughter's well to court, give him a hard time. So
he is fighting to get your granddaughter, as well as the court is giving him a hard time. So, is the biological father, the ex-policeman, trying to get the daughter back for both the mother and the father, or? Oh, you're in Riverside, California. Okay, Riverside, California. That's a bad CPS there. And so, okay. Vincent Davis is okay. Do you have a case with Vincent Davis? Is he representing you or representing your daughter? Yeah, police will lie. Peace will lie. And Riverside County CPS is bad. Illinois, Kankakee, Illinois. I'm so sorry, Andrea. I try to remember. It hit there, that tornado. Wow. Yeah, I heard about it in the news. I saw it. It was something else. You know, it's the weather. Our weather pattern has changed. The climate is changing, but climate on this world we live in has been changing for millions of years. I mean, that's how this earth was formed. It was a big bang explosion that God started off as a reaction. And Earth was part of that big bang. And other planets formed around Earth. And the star that supports Earth for a lot of good things, warmth and light and vitamins from the sun. You have this planet you live on, and it's gone through a lot of changes too. Quite amazing, this world is. Hopefully, no one was hurt or killed in your county or your city, Kankakee, Illinois. Now, you said that your daughter hit him twice. Hit who? Her son or her ex-husband? Now is she having criminal court for hitting somebody? Or is she in family court? There's so many different courts. There's dependency court for the child protection cases. There's juvenile court for things involving children when they're commit crimes. There's criminal court where charges that you do against society, I guess it is. Then there's family court where divorce proceedings are going through. The cop lied about contacting my daughter's dad to give her to prevent CPS custody. Well, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Now, I just looked at the clock. It's after 2:00. My show goes to 2, so I got to wind it down. You're in California. Well, you're trying to purge your case. You need to go to well, I would still start in your town in Montana and say you want to get your case expunged, but it's in another state. Then you're going to have to contact the right court there. It takes a little bit of asking and talking, but clerks should help you out in the courtroom. So I was given a case plan. Okay, but my public pretender just got done telling me that my daughter got abused, so I was lost, I guess, while he was talking about the case plan because I don't remember. Yeah, they do. A public defender, that's the bad side is there. I'm sorry about that. Mercedes says, how do you probe? He doesn't abuse my grandson. He said he told the social worker because the father told him to do it. How can you probe it's not true? Again, you need to have an attorney who can get a detective and do some investigation, and all that costs money. But there are good detectives. There are good detectives that can check into your case. So Mercedes has no lawyer yet. Well, Vincent Davis is available. 888-888-6582. He does do San Bernardino County, and he'll give you a good price for a retainer and so forth. But typically, if it's in LA County, he's a $5,000 retainer and approximately $550 an hour. Those two fees are approximate. It all depends on how long the case been going on, how complex the case is, and how far the case is away. But if he has one in San Bernardino County, he can come home, and so you don't have the accommodations or the food expense. All you have is just the transportation expense, so it should not be too much there. Yeah, typically, Jay Gardens, 15th. Yeah, your daughter does get abused while in CPS custody. And it's sad, but that does happen. There's no protection. And Mercedes says her grandson's in family court with CPS. Okay. I signed a case plan, but not in my right state of mind. Well, you should never sign anything you don't know what's about unless an attorney has reviewed it for you. A friend told me to get it reversed because they violated my ADA rights. So you have special needs. That's another thing. And Jace says, I told my public defender about my disability and they didn't care, not want to revise. Well, they have to. Again, you need to have a lawyer there in your court to fight for you. Well, it's now after 2:00. I do have to end the show. I don't like to because this is a good group of people. All of you are beautiful. All of you, I care about every one of you. I'd like to talk to you some more. Now, I'll be on again at 6:00 tonight. And again at 8:00 in the morning. So I'm on 3 times a day, 8, 1, and 6. Those times are all the Pacific time zone. And I will pray for all of you because I care for you. You've all become part of my family. So you're welcome to come back here as many times as you want. Lisa of this group here is the one that's been with me the longest here. And she will tell you that she has had a lot of help from me. It's slow. It's tedious, but I tell how it is, and I will help you. So thank you, Jay, for being on my live stream. Thank you, Mercedes. Thank you, Lisa, from Montana, and I want to help you with that. Andrea from Illinois, thank you. I think Mercedes, her case is in San Bernardino. Jay's is in Orange. Okay, I think I'm getting it all right here. Anybody else we have here? Oh, we have Ryan, who's Sheila from Michigan. Don't forget her either. Okay, there'll be a short video after I sign off. Please watch it, enjoy it. I'll see you all tonight at 7 p.m. Excuse me, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. at Pacific Standard Time. 6 p.m. So remember, if you're in Mountain Time, you're 1 hour. Central Time, you're 2 hours. And Eastern Time, you're 3 hours. God bless you and have a beautiful day. Bob Pace signing off.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges. Another kid's innocence corrupted, and if you go against it, it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last